Your family's performance during the Civil War has not gone unrewarded. I, Pharaoh Mentuhotep, have awarded your family the rank of Vizier. There is no one else in Egypt that I trust more than you. Now that the twin kingdoms of Upper and Lower Egypt are reunited, and the capital at Wast is thriving, I need you to help me solidify my position throughout the kingdom. While reunited, Egypt is prone to internal skirmishes, particularly in areas that were once loyal to the Henenesu rulers. To help solidify the newly reunited country, I want you to rebuild and defend Menat Khufu, which was nearly destroyed during the Civil War. Menat Khufu should be a glorious city that shows Egypt's citizens what is possible under my rule. Famine still stalks the country, and frequent requests for food will come to you from other cities in the kingdom. Respond as quickly as you can to their heart-rending pleas, so that all Egypt will know my benevolence and the dedication of my most trusted vizier. I have one more noble request. I want you to build granite obelisks to further proclaim all I have done for this land in my lifetime. I know that I am asking much of you, but I also know that you are the only one in Egypt capable of doing what I have asked.
Hey guys, welcome back to Pharaoh, and we are here in Menat Khufu. Khufu being an enemy city for quite some time. I guess we've taken it over and we're going to be rebuilding it. Anyway, the ratings here are quite high. This is a peaceful mission, and we're on difficulty level very hard. So let's jump into the city and see what we're dealing with here. Alright, well, we start with a little bit here. We start with a bridge crossing and over onto this side. Now, I do know that, as far as I know, we start with a pyramid. There's not going to be much military activity on this mission. I'm not sure if it's going to be absolutely zero, but it's going to be much less of a focus. And it's mainly going to be dealing with food and prosperity and stuff like that. Now, what raw materials do we have? Plain stone quarry. Okay, nothing much. Those granite obelisks. We're gonna have to import obelisks, granite to do that. And we start with a bit of farm here. So I guess farming is gonna be pretty important, but we don't have that much farmland. Let's have a look at our trade routes here. We are here, Menat Khufu, which is actually Khufu from before. Now let's see. Wast sells granite. Dakla Oasis buys linen and jewelry, but we can't get jewelry done either. Mennefer buys beer and barley, so we could completely overproduce beer and barley and sell that. But besides that, I don't think there's much else we can do. Wast sells copper, but copper's really expensive. How about farms? Pomegranates, figs, barley, and flax. Okay, so we could sell barley and linen quite well. Let's see, one shield for linen over here, and who buys, was it Mennefer? Yeah, two shields. So we could get quite a lot. I think 2 shields means 2,500 units. So that's like 5,000 units of barley that we could use a year. That's quite a lot. And then over here, 1 unit of linen, so maybe a few flax farms. I mean, this is a peaceful mission, so money is going to be the most important thing. So this block, obviously, I have to fix this. I mean, roadblock that off, get rid of this road right here. Let's check if there's any standing, no priorities, any imports that are already going. Remember that mission where we started with clay imports. Okay, nothing going on there. So I think I'm going to start with putting down another block of housing over here, getting food farms going down this way, and lots of barley farms going down this side with a few flax farms as well. And I'm pretty sure this is a water trade route. Yep, that's a water trade route, with this being a land trade route. So we're gonna need a dock like there. Then we could get all this barley coming up this way, turn it all into beer, sell it off as much as possible. Alright. Well, I'm gonna go ahead and get things started, and we'll see how it all looks. Alright, we have not gone into debt quite yet, but you can see here I put down a ton of farms. I'm not irrigating them yet because it'll cost money to do that. I mean, maybe I could just sort of do this and be really efficient with all of this. Some of these farms I couldn't actually get roads to properly, so let's just do this and that. This will technically irrigate the farms, right? These count as irrigated? The farmland is irrigated. Okay, so we could get a bit of irrigation going. Just like that. And that. And then like that. Like that. Like that. Okay, there we go. So all the farms are now technically irrigated except for that one. Let's irrigate there as well. Yeah, okay, so we started with these work camps, so I decided to get this food going straight away. Now, I did go, well, have a quick look ahead, and we get requests for food pretty quick. So I set down a couple housing areas. I got this housing area over here. I did a sideways heart shape. It's more of an arrow or a chevron now. And we're gonna get all these farms going. You can see I got 4 work camps here, and all these farms going. We started with 2 on this side, and I got 2 storage yards over here, which are set to accepting pomegranates and figs. Now, I don't want to feed our people unless... How did they get food? I don't want to feed our people unless we actually have a stable supply of food, but I want to make sure we can fulfill any requests first of all. So, how is that fire guy there? Oh well. Yeah, so we haven't got into debt. Once these people move in and these farms start going, I want to set up the beer industry, which is going to go over onto this side. And with, I think I got 12... Oh, there we go. 1,100 pomegranates, 7 months to comply. So we basically can't eat anything. Now, we need so many people to move in before these farms actually start working. I mean, is there any way we could save on employment a little bit? Let's get rid of that bazaar. We just have to wait for these people to move in. I mean, we're short by 93 employees. And we're going to need a lot of people for those breweries, for the manufacturing of beer. So let's put down that set of houses there. And out of money, we went into debt, 1,800, well, I suppose 2,000 bonus there. And now we got to make sure we use this money to make more money. So opening up a trade route to Men Nefer is going to cost 400. Darkla Oasis is another 400, so we'll probably focus on Men Nefer for now. But yeah, we got to get people going. Come on, move in, hurry up. How about floods? Does it say what the next flood is going to be like? The next flood is likely to be poor. Okay, so irrigation is definitely important, and hopefully this is enough. I got 12 barley farms. That should be enough to supply enough barley to sell all that beer and the barley. But mainly the food production is going along quite nicely, so we should get enough pomegranates to hand on over. Anyway, we're gonna let these farms work themselves out, get these people moved in. Things are looking better now, and yeah, we'll try set up this beer industry. Alright, so it's the first harvest and it's not that big, is it?
I have to go clear across I have to go clear across the city with these goods. It'll take all day.
Well, I just put down 2 storage yards to store the flax and the barley. So this first year, we definitely didn't have much time to do that, but how about this? Are we getting enough pomegranates? We did get enough pomegranates stored up, so let's go ahead and dispatch those. We don't want our kingdom rating dropping too much. Now, is this enough food to actually feed? Why have all of these houses devolved? I mean, oh. I didn't realize that water supply was not actually touching the road there. Okay, let's fix that up. That is actually quite a decent amount of food, but I'd wait until next year before actually feeding these people. Now, you can see this flood is definitely not that great, but at least all the farms were sort of touched except for that one. Well, sorry for that one. Anyway, we do have some beer here. Let's go ahead and put down a couple breweries, I guess. How do I want to do this? Let's put 2 breweries, and we'll have another storage yard here for beer. Now, we're probably going to go into debt very soon, but if I can get a store of beer, then we can actually start selling it and probably make just about enough money to keep things going. How's our employment? Employment is actually just about nice. More people are going to be moving in as we set up these new industries. Here we go. So basically I want to put down the dock, and the dock's going to go right there, right? The dock, and opening up the trade route for selling beer as soon as possible. Is this the... yeah, that's okay. So these two breweries are now going along quite nicely. I could probably fit down one more, but will that send me into debt? It will. Huh. And also this employment is not going along as well as I want it to be. So as soon as we're in debt, we're gonna have to ramp up our beer production and everything. Alright, all these houses have re-evolved. People are moving back into the city. We're gonna have no employment problems for a while anyway. But yeah, we gotta store up the beer. Now we're in debt. Might as well go all out on this. Put down the dock. Open up the trade route to Mennefer. And we're gonna sell. Export all the beer when it's over 0. And export all the barley as well when it's over 0. Okay, we're gonna try produce as much barley as we can to overproduce. Anyway, selling this barley and selling the beer we produce from this should get us enough money to keep us going for another year at least, so we can get the next store of barley in. Alright, the second harvest is much better. Look at that. We got, well, a storage yard full of barley and a debt anniversary. Yes, we're still in debt. Kingdom ratings dropped to 26. We have to get out of debt this year, which is not going to be an easy task because, well, it's just not... well, we need to make more money. 6 breweries should be okay. I've got 2 weavers going as well, so we do have 300 units of linen there. Can we... huh. Maybe I should just sort of open up the trade route to Dakla Oasis immediately and get that selling linen, I guess? It should at least pay for itself, right? Once we sell a few units of linen. And that should start making some more money. Hopefully, if we go one more year as a debt anniversary, it doesn't drop down too much. Come on. How long until all this beer gets here? If we can get 6 units of beer in there, then they can buy 11 or 12 units, so we could sell half barley, half beer, and there's already 3,200 units in there, plus 1,200 there. How much are we producing? We could sell 5,000 units total, so that's 1,002, 4,004? I think that's 4,004 plus...
No one
oh,
can
plus a lot more there.
these goods. That's okay. I can use the rest.
Yeah, so even on a poor flood, we get plenty of barley. Now, come on. Why are these all 0% complete? Oh, they just... okay. I thought they weren't actually producing beer. Okay, dump the beer in there, and please buy some. And also, do we have the land trade route coming in? We do. Okay, so we can start selling some linen.
I wonder if the city has any sights I could see while they unload my ship.
They've gone and bought 800 units of barley, which is fantastic. Now, please buy the beer. No, you bought one?
We're waiting for some cargo
you bought
to be
none?
delivered to our ship.
I see them bringing a unit of beer there.
I love the art of the deal. I can't wait to trade my supplies.
But they didn't buy any. Huh. Hopefully the next ship to come along does actually buy some. Now how about linens? We have 400 units. That should be good. I'm not sure what the price is of linen. I'm not sure if there's a way to check. Oh, 2,000 units of figs, 7 months to comply. Do I have... oh, I've got plenty. I see I opened up the granary. The market's not buying anything. And that's all that ended up in the granary after filling up my storage yard. So we've been storing that up. Let's dispatch that. We're not feeding our people. So that's fine, I guess. They can go hungry for now. Because right now we just have to get out of debt. It's November. It's going to be a debt anniversary again. And we cannot go another year in debt. We have to get out of debt in this coming year. I really hope there's 0 military activity on this map. Okay, another guy's coming down here. Are we going to get enough beer? we might get a decent enough stock. I gotta put down a few more breweries, but I don't want to go any further into debt. Hopefully selling this linen will help. Let's speed it up here. There's not much we can do until we get back in the black. Okay, the linen did pay for itself. That's good. And more beers coming down. We're back in the black.
I wonder if the city has any sights I could see while they unload my ship.
Oh, fantastic. So are we gonna go in? I don't know if we're gonna make enough money to not go into debt anniversary here. We've gone back into debt for January, and it only went down to 20. Okay, we're good. So now I just have to wait for more trade to come in, and yeah, we'll be good to go. Alright, the next year has rolled around and we are solidly in the black this time. I put down 5 weavers, we've got 8 breweries going. Look at all that barley in there. And I'm not sure if I think this is going to be the first year where we're at full production. Look at that, we're almost selling maximum amount of beer. Just another trip here or there, and maybe another couple breweries, but our employment is actually a little short now. So I decided to start feeding these people, and if it's possible to get more... Well, why aren't these houses evolving? Water source. Okay, I just put these houses down here. Let's put down a few more houses down there, and we could extend a couple here as well. So we could get this set of houses evolved, so we could get some... there we go, it's evolving now with some food, because we've got the 2 storage yards full of food and also the granary full of food, and with a little surplus.
No one can accept these goods. That's okay. I can use the rest.
Well, 8 units anyway. The bazaar needs to get more food in it. But yeah, we're starting to feed the people, and that means people are going to be moving in. That should solve our employment problem. And if I could feed this area, it would be good, but it means we've got to put down more farms. But the gods currently are not happy. So with this next set of money, I'm going to have to put down shrines. So let's put down 2 to Osiris, 2 to Ra. How do we do this? Let's make it look nice. Alternate them like that. And 2 to Bast, which we could put there. Okay, and we're still in the black. Fantastic. And look at all these people moving in. It's going to be great for our employment. And right now, I think we are basically selling at maximum rate, as far as I can tell. Maybe I could do with a couple more breweries and weavers, but like maybe 1 more weaver? Couple more breweries, I think, and then we should be good to go in maximum amount of money. What have you bought?
The art of the deal. I can't wait to trade my supplies.
Alright, so they are actually buying maximum amount there. Alright, so now that money is coming in, we can focus on our goals, which are, well, the monument. If we start making enough money, we could start importing granite right now, because we're going to need 200, I think. Is it 2 small ones? Yeah, we're going to need 200 granite. We're also going to need 7,000 people, which means we need at least 1 more housing block. But food is a little tricky. If we produce a surplus amount of food here, we might be able to send it over to this side. I'm not sure if I can fit enough farms here. I mean, I think I'm overproducing barley right now. I could replace a few barley farms with food farms. Yeah, that should work. Alright, now look at how much money we're making. Once it takes over to the new year, they just go ahead and buy a ton of stuff. So let's go ahead and open up a trade route to Wast, and we're gonna start importing granite. We're gonna need, well, import to maintain 100 basically, because once we get 100, we can place down obelisk, that's the word I'm looking for. Let's make it a bit higher than that. Let's make it 110, just in case. Now, we gotta deal with a few other things. Now, we have who sells... Does anyone sell clay or pottery? Wast sells pottery. Mennefer also sells pottery, but those are both water trade routes. So we're gonna need another storage yard right here. This one is gonna be accepting pottery, and we're also gonna import pottery. And 1,600 for 2 housing areas. I guess we... yeah, that's gonna be fine. So then we can set a storage yard here and a storage yard here to get the pottery from those locations, and then we can actually give pottery to these housing areas. Now, I do want to feed this area to sort out my employment problem. I don't really have a problem right now, but to expand any further, I'm going to need to get more people. So I put down all these food farms here. I'm not sure if it's going to be enough. The bazaar is not buying anything yet. I'm just going to see how much food it does store up in this first year. I might want to wait for the next year's harvest because the first feeding is always a little tricky. But it'd be great if we could like get reliable floods every year. Next flood is likely to be poor. Maybe I should spam these shrines a little bit. Like if I put down 4 more for Osiris right in the corner there, that might help Osiris get happy with us. We could also put down a festival square because the floods are quite important. We do have a massive stockpile of food in case anyone asks for anything, but none so far. Those early requests for food, though, did help keep our kingdom rating up while we were in debt. So our debt anniversaries were sort of counteracted with oh, there we go, we got imports going. Counteracted with the requests. So it did sort of work out quite nicely. Anyway, it's a New Year harvest, and
What a bountiful journey.
we're selling granite and pottery here. Okay, good. And
We're waiting for some cargo to be delivered to our ship.
I always hate how they sell first, so it could put us into debt before they start buying things. I mean, look at that. We just sent immediately into debt, but right after this, they're gonna buy things and then bring us back to black. Once they buy some beer, right? Yeah, there we go, back in the black. I wish they bought first and then sold, so we're not jumping in and out of debt. Anyway, here comes the first food supply to this housing area. Let's see how much it does stock up. And quite a lot, actually. That might be okay to 2 granaries worth? Yeah, that's okay. Start buying pomegranates and figs. Feed this housing area. We'll also put down a second bazaar right here. Oh, no, I'll put it right here. Second bazaar right there. And buy pomegranates and figs as well. Get this housing area fed. Alright, good. And then we should really start taxing people. Putting down a palace is a little pricey. We're sort of spending all the money we had. The money we saved up went straight into that pottery and granite. Now that we have a supply of pottery, we can actually get things going. Back into debt, some disease going, but it's probably because we haven't fed that area. All right, so from now on, things are going pretty smoothly. I hope these ships don't crash into this island right here. This island is really badly placed. Now, come on! Oh, damn it. I hate it when that happens. I mean, it could happen here as well. I hate these islands. I mean, could it be solved if I put the dock over there? I mean, maybe that would actually solve that problem. Because that would cause them to follow this path. Yeah, putting the dock over on this side is actually a safer location. If I could extend this road like that. And do this. And if I move the dock over there, it's a little further away, but the path is safer. It's much better. Okay, I'll do that once I get some money from further trades. Alright, it's been quite a few years here, and we're back in the black, and we've been importing granite, and we should just about have enough granite. There we go, 107. So let's slow the game down, go to our monuments, and we're gonna put down our first small obelisk right in the heart of our residential block right here. And we did get a good flood this year as well, so you can see we got, well, quite a lot of stuff coming in. But yeah, I put down a second dock and things, I put down more work camps because of unemployment, which is still at 3%. And we haven't even evolved this housing area to get beer and pottery yet. So we need to dump our employment into something because we're going for 7,000 people on this mission, I think. Yeah, 7,000 people. So we basically need to build one more housing block, maybe over here somewhere, and also evolve these houses, and then we should be pretty close to 7,000. But besides that, we've got a stockpile of food in case anyone requests it. We've got well, we just sold all of our beer. Wow. That storage yard used to be full of beer, but we pretty much sold it all in one go. And yeah, we could do with some storage of things which need to be dispatched to the monuments. You can see we need to have a store of beer, linen, papyrus, and granite to get that going. But besides that, now that we've got our first monument, which is going to be on the way, we're already imported wood, and the carpenter's guilds are already prepared. So that should go along quite quickly, really. And we should start, well, now that we're still importing all that granite. The granite is actually pretty expensive, but we are pretty much bought out for this year. So I'm going to focus on building that next housing area, and I got to figure out something to dump all of the employment into. Oh wow, that obelisk finished really quickly. It didn't take that long at all. Well, I'm evolving this housing area here, which is gonna cut into our money, and I've been struggling to keep our money in the black, and I really do have to do that because our kingdom rating is really low. So if we can't pay the tribute at the end of the year, then our kingdom rating drops even further, and it seems like there's 0 military mission on this mission. So if we upset Pharaoh too much, well, he'll come and invade us and we won't be able to deal with it. Anyway, so I did put down this dynasty mansion, which is holding demons, which we do send as gifts every time, well, at least once a year. A large gift every year. And our money seems to be going up, but I have to make sure that I'm always a couple thousand in the black before I go on some endeavors, because we could start just buying some wood or pottery or the granite blocks, and that really just suddenly eats into the money. So I gotta be careful about that. I do have double granaries over here, and I'm gonna be building a housing block over here once I'm sure my money has stabilized. I'm not gonna count it stabilized until we buy more pottery though. Finally, an increase in one of our exports. Darkla Oasis is growing and willing to trade even more rolls of linen. And also, I got a minor blessing from Ra because I threw a grand festival using up some of our beer. And to get this blessing, trading partners are willing to trade more than before. So that means from Mennefer, we're selling more beer and barley. Look at that, it's doubled to 4,000, well, increased to 4,000. Dark Oasis went from 1,500 with its recent increase, and Ra's blessing, it's now 4,000 as well. And Wasit is selling 40 blocks of granite a year, which is sending us into debt because we're suddenly buying all of that granite. Look at that. But that's gonna help boost, speed us along so that we can actually make more money. And once we can stop importing granite, that's going to be great because that's going to be an import that's just taken out of our system. So I really do want to get that granite out of the way so we can use our export money to build up this housing block, which I just put down, and further evolve these things because they need papyrus to get any further. And people are upset with you because taxes are so high. I don't know, the default is 9%. I drop it to 7. I guess 5 would be a better place to be, maybe, I guess. Well, we're back into debt. Hopefully that's not too bad. We are still sending gifts every 12 months to keep our kingdom rating up, so we should be fine. It's just a matter of time, really. Alright, we've got enough granite to put down the next monument. Here comes down the next obelisk right there. Fantastic. And also, looking at this, we need 32 blocks of granite to just for the burial provision. So let's drop this back down to 32. There we go. And we'll get the granite in while we're still trading granite. And then that's all the granite we're gonna need. So yeah, monument wise, we're pretty much there. And it says we have to dispatch burial provisions, or just dispatch provisions. I'm not sure where they go in the obelisk. Are they supposed to go underneath it or around it or something? Not too sure. But besides that, prosperity is pretty much where we need it to be. Culture is never really a problem. Kingdom rating is going up as I'm giving gifts as we go along. I dropped my salary down to 20 demons a month because that's enough to get about 200 a year. And that's pretty much enough for the lavish gift once a year. So yeah, we're in the black, a little bit more solid than before. Food supplies are good. Floods are looking good. As long as the floods are good, things are going along quite nicely. And we still have Ra's blessing in effect here. So I stopped selling barley, so all of our beer exports are from beer because it's just worth a lot more. And see how much we're producing. It's fantastic. All right, so now the big challenge is going to be population and dealing with that. People stopped moving in because of taxes, so I think leaving it at 3% might be okay. But yeah, we got to get our population up to 7,000, more than double this. That's gonna be quite a challenge. Alright, the second obelisk is finished. Look at that. Our monument rating should be pretty much good to go, except for the provisions that need to be dispatched, which we'll hold off on for now. We've got this second housing area sort of going, but money is sort of preventing what we can do with it. But now that the monuments are actually done, and we actually don't have any employment problems. So, right now, we're just focusing on exports. We did get another blessing from Ra, because we really do need it, so we can sell as much as possible. It's a new year, so...
I wonder if the city has any sights I could see while they unload my ship.
Alright, so all that beer is being sent out, and also, I realized importing pottery was kind of a bad idea. This whole time I've been importing pottery, it's a bad idea. I'm importing clay now. There we go, import to maintain 800, because Wast sells clay, so might as well, right? I mean, they sell the things we don't have, so instead of importing pottery, we're importing clay. And I put down a bunch of potters there. It is much cheaper. So, here's my entertainment district to boost culture. Though we do need to boost our linen industry because we need working mortuaries, and also because we're selling off all of our linen. So I put down a few more, a few more flax farms here. 2 more there, 2 more there. We got rid of a bit of the food farms and also the barley farms because we're just getting too much of that. Anyway, floods was not good this year. I would kind of like to put down the temple complex to Osiris. It's a little pricey, but I think I can save up for it for now. I'll just stick it here or something. And then maybe the add-ons would be able to do some nice things as well. So I'm going to save up for that. And now we got to focus on building up this housing area. Oh, would you look at that? I've been getting small requests all these years, like 600, 700, a big one, 1,900, but no problem. We got 2 storage yards full of food. So go ahead and, here we go. Have all the pomegranates you want. We've got some, just sort of, some guys who survived the flood. Look at all these figs and pomegranates just sort of left over. So even with sending that off, we still have surplus food. I should probably replace some of the food farms with the other industry farms, flax, and I don't think I need more barley, more flax basically, so we could produce more linen for selling and for mortuaries. Because food-wise, I think once we fully feed this area, the food lasts quite a while. I mean, look, these houses have 2 types of food, which means we could actually evolve them to quite a high level. I'd like to see the highest level before Palace, which I think they require 2 food. Anyway, all these people moving in, and yeah, just saving up for that temple complex. Well, I haven't been able to solve my money problem yet because I've been trying to get other services going. But this dancer problem is happening again. I've actually got a working scribal school, but these houses won't evolve because there's not enough entertainment in their location. Because it's the dancer glitch once again. This is so frustrating. This dancer glitch. I mean, it's just the dancer. The other entertainment thing. Look, suddenly those went up for no reason. So these have evolved to common residences. But if you look at this, musician, fine. Juggler, it's fine. But for the dancer, no. The dancers don't spawn here. Look, they're like walking around here, which I have actually roadblocked to try and stop them from spawning there. But they still spawn. Look, they're just wandering around outside of our housing block, and I don't know how to fix this. See, there's a dancer right there.
This city is fantastic.
Why aren't you in here? Well, at least this block has... See, a dancer just spawned there. You saw that, right? The dancer spawned right there. I don't know how to solve this. Oh well, I'm gonna have to try and reposition the pavilion again, I guess. Alright, I just want to point out more bugs going on here. So this house down here, have a look at this. This house will devolve soon as it is not visited by a water carrier. Really? Water. Look at that. All the houses around it had water, and that suddenly, like these houses here, they haven't been, like they lost all the water they had? I mean, huh? I don't know what's going on. These glitches are actually messing with my stability. Because now that this says too little entertainment, the dances, I might have sort of fixed. See, how does this work, right? Because these houses here have dance access, but these houses don't. And I did sort of get this dancer to start spawning inside this block because I noticed it was the dancer was spawning over here. So I went and roadblocked all of that. And this seems to kind of solve the dancer problem, maybe just a bit. I still see. I have to keep an eye on these entertainers because you never. Yeah, see, there was a dancer that was in here for a short while, but now they're just spawning and walking down that way, and then ending there rather than going back to the pavilion. Because it's not spawning from the pavilion; they're spawning from here. So it's not reaching this side. Huh. That's a weird thing to have to deal with. Maybe I could solve it by shifting some houses around? Because this is not stable. You see, if the dancer walked towards the pavilion and walked back this way, it would never visit this side. Maybe I could just shift these services over to this side and that would be okay. Yeah, I think that will work. Oh, I do just want to point this out. Have a look at this. Fancy residences. This is the highest level of housing before, well, mansions. And that means we've got everything we need to get the maximum level of housing that we want. We don't really want mansions or villas or anything like that on this mission. So these houses just aren't evolving because of desirability. I'm not sure. Does it actually increase? 92 people fit in that, 80 people fit in this, that's a common residence, 84 people fit in spacious residence. It might actually be worth just trying to boost the desirability. I haven't put down plazas, by the way, so there's still plenty of room to increase desirability. And we're at 4,000 people, and our ratings are actually pretty good. Our prosperity has dropped because of unemployment, and we keep losing money. But that'll come back up soon enough. Kingdom rating's fine, so we're not going to be waiting around for that. And culture just needs musicians, so we got to deal with this unemployment problem. And I guess that means we are going to need some sort of a work camp block or something like that. And we're just going to do something like this. Put down the firehouse an architect's post, and I'm gonna put a row of work camps just to dump employment because there's really nothing else that we need this for. So that should deal with our unemployment. We went into debt from that. This is pretty expensive, huh? 90 each? Yeah, okay, I might have overdone it a bit, but you can see I've massively increased my linen production, so our mortuaries are actually fully stocked, and we are selling linen. Oh, it's a new year, is it? Yeah, it just turned a new year. So we're going to be making money back pretty soon. And about that entertainment, how's that looking? Alright, so it seems like the dancer reliably walks down this way and covers this area, but doesn't reach these houses over here. So I think I'm going to have to move these houses just because of this dancer glitch. This block over here seems okay, though. Alright, Ra gave me another reward here. For the next 12 months, your city can sell its exports for half again their usual value. Oh, that's fantastic. That means we make more money selling stuff for the next year? Alright, well, I guess we've sold out on a beer, so let's sell all our extra barley here. It's gonna be worth something now. And also I plazaed this side up, and look at that, they immediately changed to common residences. We just need to boost the desirability and people are gonna flood into these places. Look at that, extra room for 20, extra room for 20 there, extra room for 32 there. So lots of people are gonna be streaming in terms of population. How's our ratings going? Culture is actually pretty okay. Prosperity is coming back. Oh, was I in debt for the last annual tribute? That's not so good.
We're waiting for some cargo to be delivered to our ship.
Alright, so he's gonna buy some barley, is it? Is that what he's buying? Or is he selling something right now?
We're waiting for some cargo to be delivered to our ship.
He's selling papyrus first. Alright, so our exports are going to be worth more this year, and flood's been good as well, so food supplies are going to be okay. You can see here food's flooding back in. And, people, yes, we need to get to 7,000. We're only at 4,000 right now. We need so much more. Well, once this housing area moves in and we fully evolve this, we'll see where we are. There is still this housing area which we could try evolve. I mean, we don't have any pottery or beer over on this side, and that might be able to boost us to where we need to be. Well, it seems like I'm still meant to be on this map since the requests are still coming through. Look at that, another 1,100 pomegranates. We'll send that off immediately, and that should keep our kingdom rating up. We were in debt for a while, but we just made a ton of money because I think we're just selling a lot of linen now. We are exhausting our supply with all our production. Unemployment's at 10%, that's not so good, but we did go ahead and drop all this desirability. We suddenly had 5,000 demons, so I put all of these down, and now we're pretty much at, do these reach fancy? They do reach fancy residences, which means our population should reach a solid 5,000-ish plus, and also here has evolved, but they need a courthouse and desirability, and I'm not sure if we can actually fit that in somewhere, but I could just go ahead and put down a nice simple block over on this side. Nothing too fancy, just a nice block, something like this, which I could definitely, you know, feed and stuff like that. Is that? There should be one over that side, so we could do. Yeah, I'm just trying to fit in the pavilion right there. That should be okay, right? Let me check. Pavilion. That can fit right there. Okay, good. So we're gonna place that there, and just in case we're gonna roadblock all that off as well. Alright, so we could put down a very simple housing block there. Feed it, give it the usual stuff. It's got the pottery and beer over on this side, and that should get us much closer to our 7,000 target. But I do want to fill in... how do I want to do this? I could fill in a few houses like that, and the same over on this side, and like that, and squeeze that there, and that should help a bit. Now for culture, we need a Senate house to get any higher, and Senate houses are surprisingly expensive, 2,250, and it needs a supply of beer. So I hooked this road up going back here so the beer can actually get to it faster, and there's a spot for a Senate house right there, but I don't quite have the money for it just yet, so I'll get to that a bit later. Meanwhile, I will just pop down. I don't know, I should get the houses going first. It's going to be a very simple block, just a few rows of houses, and yeah, we'll get that going, but we do need to deal with this unemployment, so I guess that's more work camps over on this row. There we go. That should deal with all the unemployment. Easy peasy. Okay, great. So, we just gotta get our population up, and we should be winning this mission, well, hopefully, relatively soon. Alright, it's the new year. We're at 6,000 people, 4,000 demons there, and that means we should have enough to put down this Senate house right here. There we go. This area is gonna get a very nice Senate house. And over here, this housing area has evolved quite nicely. Now, we're a little short on food, and it's not because of the new housing area. Everywhere has run out of food. There was a really bad flood year, and well, luckily the following year had this really good flood year. So all of this is really high fertility, 99% fertile for a lot of them. Yeah, even over here. So we'll be getting a ton of food this time to restock all of our supplies, and luckily these houses, look at that, they got tons of supplies just stocked into them, so they can actually go probably 2 or 3 years without food, and they will actually have enough to last. Even these houses over here have like 400, and this area over here is set to, these guys are being fed by figs, and these guys are being fed by pomegranates. And once this housing area fully evolves, well, not fully evolves, up to spacious apartments, I'm not putting scribal schools because Papyrus is coming into here, and that guy is already sending Papyrus to 2 schools, which is here and here. And he's only just about keeping up with that. You can see he's always out taking Papyrus. But, ooh, we have a working Senate house. And does that... Yeah, okay, that helps that out. And it just says we need a few more jugglers, which we should be able to pop a few down here. Get those 3 booths going. And our population is slowly rising. We're almost at 7,000. So we're basically gonna win very soon. And once we reach our requirements, I'm gonna dispatch all of this, which we do have plenty in storage. Papyrus, we might need to start importing a little more than what we currently are. It's currently at 800. I'm gonna up it to 1,002, just so we don't have to wait around for the burial provisions. Oh, well, for the obelisk provisions, rather. Alright, we're finally at 7,000 people. Look at that. Oh, fantastic. And why has our culture dropped? Oh, come on. That is... We need more jugglers? Really? Okay, back here. We can do something with this, right? Let's drop those down. We'll pop a couple juggler schools there. We'll just get extra firehouses and architects posts. Try and make sure it's safe enough up there. And let's get a bunch of booths. Okay. Is it just jugglers? Everything else is fine. Prosperity is fine, even though we lost money. Kingdom's fine, even though we were in debt. Culture, just need a few more jugglers. Okay, come on. Let's speed it up. Get these jugglers going. There we go. So, now, all that we need... Oh, this song is amazing. Oh, I love this song. So to win, we should just have to dispatch all of this. Why are we short by pottery by a bit? Okay, time to stockpile pottery. And we have enough of everything else. Oh wait, no, we don't have enough beer. Right, we gotta stockpile beer as well. Alright, stockpiling that. And we just gotta wait a little bit for our stocks to come back up. Beer is almost there. Pottery, we just need 1 more. Come on. We have enough pottery? Okay, let's just dispatch all of these. Dispatch that. Dispatch these. We'll dispatch the papyrus and the blocks of granite. So we just need to dispatch the beer, and we can continue using the pottery. I know we're in debt, that's fine. Where's the rest of our... We're still producing beer, right? Yeah, come on. Is that enough? That's enough. Dispatch that and stop stockpiling that. And we can start exporting again when it's over 0. But we should win, right? There we go. Yes, finally! This mission took so long. Wow, okay. But never mind. Let's go ahead and proceed.
The fine pyramids and obelisks you have built for me stand as testament to my reign, and for that I am deeply grateful. Your dedication shall be rewarded.
Well, there you have it. Took 260 months on very hard, but we managed to do it. And the real difficulty of this mission was money. There just wasn't enough money to go around. And well, after money, just getting the population up to 7,000. The population requirements are always so excessive. I mean, 5,000 people would have been enough to accomplish what we needed. Anyway, that's it for this mission. Hope you enjoyed it. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.